Outliers.
Drop the beat.
Outliers Radio.
Welcome to another week. I'm your host, Maxwell Narrows, aka 5 of 9, BKA Maxwell Ironside. I'm joined by Dom, and of course, we have Chuck and Sabs in the building. Hello, fellas.
Yo.
Yellow.
What's going on? I know we've been on a little hiatus. Dom, you went on vacation. I need a backiotomy, and I know you two just been working.
Yeah, you know, we live lives.
Yeah, nah,
Check out a car and stuff now.
You got a new car?
Congrats on that.
Nice
man.
little
It's definitely-
red Kia Forte and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
Hey.
y'all been seeing how people been fucking stealing cars with like legitimately nothing but like a USB? I just seen on the news today that they was like somebody's walking around jacking Hondas with USBs.
It's fucking impressive.
It is impressive.
Hell yeah.
Like I don't want to be the dick about it, but yeah, it is fucking super
That's
impressive.
what people get for being lazy and not just using a fucking key. Like, I don't know how hard it was to just put a fucking key in and just turn the bitch. Like,
You hate
did
technology.
we really need a button? I don't
It's
like,
not.
I'm just saying. Look,
Push
not
the
getting
start.
your shit jacked with a fucking computer USB.
But not the crazy. No, but see, dogs. What do you think they're going in there and uploading files? Nah,
Yes.
they're using it in the key column.
They downloaded LimeWire files and then they went up in your whip and it was like, give me that shit.
Nah, it's older. It's older Hondas. It's not like the,
Exactly, LimeWire.
Okay, I'll give you that.
The new ones use something more updated. Apple.
Like Frostbite.
Come
No,
on.
I'll give you that.
stupid.
Like
Yeah,
Frostbite.
Spotify.
Get your shit right.
The new cars have title.
I thought you was talking about at first when you were saying how easily people was getting their shit jacked. I thought you was talking about like how people keep running under cars and getting what them shit's called.
The fucking
there's something
catalytic converters.
Yo, why I thought catalytic converter was a fake word they only use in Back to the Future. Like what they got? What's the shit?
Oh, damn.
Come on.
What's
Max,
the shit
I'm gonna look at
they
you,
go
you're the
back to the
oldest.
future with?
The flux capacitor.
The flux
There we go.
capacitor. Niggas stealing your flux capacitor?
Yeah, motherfuckers out here jacking your time machine, bro. Middle of the block.
Craziest
Miller.
shit though, but the craziest shit is that they've been stealing Cadillac converters. Been a thing since like I first started driving. Like, bro, I remember my first car had the catalytic converter cut out of it, and when he was like, "Yeah, listen, you're not gonna pass inspection, but that's why you paying $800 for the car, and I'm gonna hook you up with a dude for $60. He'll show up to your crib and give you the sticker."
Catalytic converter sounds like the thing that Iron Man got in his chest.
Why they?
That's what he run on.
What's in that? Like, why are they even stealing it?
So the whole point of the catalytic converter is supposed to be for emissions. Like it's supposed to make sure whatever
Time machines.
your car pumps out is cleaner. But like that doesn't fucking.
Thank God you knew, because I had no idea.
Oh, you said emissions.
At all.
I thought you literally just said missions. I was like, duh, bruh. You ain't see Back to the Future 1 and 2 and then 3.
It's strictly missions.
It's
Clearly the
strictly
quest.
missions,
Clearly.
bro. Save your family.
It's fucked up though, because I definitely know like two people personally who have had their car stolen in the last week, and I'm just like, that's why I'm happy my car looks like shit. I got hit by a bus and never got that bitch fixed. So the people look at my shit and they're like, nah, I'm not gonna rob it.
They were like, what am I about to get to? Next.
Nah, the worst part is that people definitely look at my shit and they be like, yeah, I don't know how far I'm gonna get in this. Like, you know, I can steal it and then just end up like,
It's like, there's gonna be a pack of gum.
The crazy shit is they said on the news that it's a TikTok challenge, which let me point out.
Yo,
We also got
God damn.
we got Lady T and Jim in the building, our producer Jim, and T, she's just part of the gang. She's starting her own show next week. But I just want to point out the difference in generational thing. Like, we stole cars because we needed money and it's a quick flip because Newark's right there. Y'all steal cars for clout. Like, there's people doing donuts with the cops chasing them, and Money's doing on the FaceTime call. And he's like, yeah, look at this shit. Yeah, you see this fucking guy? Fuck you, pig. Like,
did you get away though? Because that'd be badass to
Nah,
like
that's-
incriminate yourself and then still escape somehow.
Nope.
Publicly, like on the internet. Like, yo, you're
I
amazing.
had this weird feeling that doesn't work out like
Yeah,
that.
that's Nicolas Cage gone in 60 seconds.
You would know about Nicolas Cage.
I'm just saying, it's a great
you are a
movie.
Nick Cage looking motherfucker.
I'm glad we have cameras now, because now when people go and look up Nick Cage and I'm on fucking video,
They can see
we can all agree how I don't look anything like that white man.
Listen, Nick, calm down. It's okay.
Your hair's
We're
not
gonna get
long
through
yet.
this.
Do you want me to tell you who you look like? Like,
Jack Black.
nah.
Yo, that's a good one. I would love to just be like
That's what I'm
Jack.
saying.
If I had to go
Like, what are you
reference-
gonna do?
I was gonna
Jack
say the
Black.
Hamburglar, but close.
Yikes. Listen, at least I don't look like I'm about to beat up my whole family.
Who beat up the whole family?
Nicolas Cage when they betrayed him.
He beat up the whole family?
The whole fam.
And what movie was this?
The one where he plays Nicolas Cage.
I didn't see that movie. You just fucking spoiled it.
Oh, I apologize.
Yo, let me tell you,
Damn.
best movie he has out
I
right
was
now
thinking about it too.
is the silent film where he doesn't say nothing for an
I still
hour and a
haven't
half.
seen it.
Yo, me and my son watches. Shout out to Derry. He put me onto it. Me and him sat down. It was the greatest movie of his entire career, and I'm a Nicolas Cage stan. Like, he could do no wrong. He saved America. All right, he was Con Air. He literally took his face off like that. Bro, are you fucking with me? He's literally the greatest thing ever. And to see him have a whole movie where he does,
But he does those sounds because you're not supposed to make those sounds.
no, I'm just trying to put emphasis on it. He literally.
I was like, this motherfucker.
The most he does is he grunts. He grunts at a pinball machine. He's like fucking hip checking in. That's pretty much the most he does. And then he kills a bunch of shit. But the noise audibly, it's the.
I would never, ever back in the day being able to sit through like a bunch of silent movies. Every time I would have just did narration. I would have gave my whole
They would have
own
kicked you out
story.
every
Yeah,
time.
they kicked me out all the
Like, yo,
time.
get this kid out of here.
I'm like, and then he said.
Well, get this shit. Quiet Kept, greatest silent movie of our generation. Wally.
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 Other people talked, like the robot
Nah, yeah,
himself didn't talk.
Eve was talking.
The first 50 minutes, there was no sound. It was just him handling the mess that your generation left behind. That's it.
Are you sure it wasn't your fucking generation?
I mean,
Let's talk about my generation.
Y'all raised
We do.
us.
We
Y'all
you know
raised
how many-
us.
You want to know how many fucking millionaires there probably are in my generation compared to your generation?
yeah, do you guys know that the entire thing that you built on is fake equity and fake business, which I respect, but I also want to point out NFTs aren't real. It's not tangible.
All right, but
Don't
when those
sit alone.
motherfuckers go to the bank and they pull out a wad of money and they go buy their little Lambos that they're doing donuts in and shit, fuck it. I'll go get me a little computer picture.
When you wonder why the economy has collapsed,
The economy's not real.
It's not. It's not.
Not even the dollar in our pocket.
Nothing is
Your
real.
generation made the economy.
No, not even. Even further behind that, but it's not backed by nothing. You know that, right? You know like the whole gold
There's no
system's all
gold,
bullshit,
yeah.
right? Like all that shit is like buried in the avalanche on the ground that we can't even get to. So at the end of the day, if anybody really wanted to check some
are
shit,
you talking about 9/11?
no. What the fuck? Why are we talking about that?
Because a lot of the gold that was, Quiet Kept. A lot of the gold that was for the Fed was buried underneath the towers, and during that time, it was rushed out. You guys never seen fucking which one was it? It was the Bruce Willis Die Hard 2. They went for the gold underneath the Twin Towers, and when it actually did come down, you could check it. It was melted gold underneath from the rubble.
Yo, son,
The Nagasaki Tower.
The Nagasaki Tower. That's Die Hard.
I did
1.
not,
Shout out to Warzone.
bro.
Respect.
Yeah.
I do not like remember a lot of the diehards like that, like OD. But the moment we got into a conversation about 9/11, he was like, "Yeah, Die Hard 2," and I was like, "Die Hard 2 took place during 9/11." Like they made a movie scene like where he's running in there while the building's going down. Like, get the fucking goal! like I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like, kind of they always talk good about that movie. I was like, I can't imagine.
All right, so speaking of 9/11, and this is something we were talking about this morning, just because it was just a hilarious answer. Shout out to Tank, 'cause it was just a hilarious response.
What a transition.
Well, it's not really.
It's ironic that we
yeah.
happened to talk about 9/11 earlier today too, but
Yeah.
still not in reference to 9/11.
Yeah, it
Never-
actually has
never
nothing to do
forget.
with it.
Yeah, never forget.
Never forget. No, I agree.
Always my mind.
Never forgive.
fine.
What?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Back to war.
I still don't know. I said never forgive. I'm like, okay, I don't know which one you mean on that, but okay. Nah, so shout out to my boy Question, man. Ed's getting married and his bachelor shit's coming up. So once again, we're all a bunch of like blue collar. There's no one here that's made it yet into that stance of like money that just prints itself. So we're a bunch of blue collar guys. We all punch a clock, siblings included. We're all union guys. So my boy's bachelor party's coming up, and we're planning on going to AC the weekend of football opening this year. It's like the 8th. That's like when we're planning on going. So the game plan is like, we're going to go out there, watch first game at the sports bar, make a bunch of degenerate bets, come back. We're going to make it to the Jets-Ravens game. We're planning on tailgating. Hope you make it. Like, we're planning on tailgating or whatever. So the whole thing is I reach out to our brother Tank. I'm like, yo, man, it's good, man. Can you make it to AC? He says no. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. But I just figured that was the lead-up question, because then you can hit him with the, okay, cool, so I'll see you Sunday for the tailgate.
But that's the workday one, right? That he says no to first.
Yeah, which makes total sense. Yeah,
workday one, we give him that pass. Tank, you get pass.
But
On
that's
my
also
side, I give you that.
That's also why you allow, like, you throw these first bait questions, like, oh, can you do it? Nah, okay, I knew that was coming. So I go, hey, man, can you make it on Sunday? We're gonna do the open thing. We're gonna tailgate, and if we make it into the game, we make it into. If not, like, whatever.
Yeah.
He
off
responds. He responds. It's 9/11. Now, yeah, because he literally just says it's 9/11 with no context. So immediately I was like, ... Are you a first responder? And I just wasn't aware.
Yo.
Yeah, like what the fuck kind of response was that? And of course he was like, no, I got plans. It just so happens to be 9/11. But I was just, for you to just write me back a message that just says it's 9/11. I was like, damn, bro, you chilling with like Pete
I would
Davidson?
have been like, nigga, nobody
we
cares
don't
about the
celebrate
Jets
that
that,
day.
bad.
Wow.
Fuck the Jets, nigga.
Yo.
They're not coming for the Jets.
Yeah,
They're
I
coming
mean,
for the Ravens.
Maybe in Jets.
yeah, they make. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that. But yeah, I just thought that was just like such a weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was just such like a weird thing to just be like, it's 9/11, bro. And I was like, oh, are you not trying to leave the crib? Like, I don't.
He's like, bro, we gotta stay home and remember.
Yeah, man. I remember that's what I was thinking. Because then if he did was like, yeah, I'm first responder, I was like, bro, I was with you that day. Like, wait, kind of. Oh, weird. Either way. But yeah, man. 9/11, never forget.
Never forget.
You were with him that day?
Yeah, we
That
were
would
all.
have been so hilarious if he hit you and he was like, don't you remember the tragedy? He's like, we were there. You're like, what?
So I'd
We were back in Staten Island.
I'd brought this up on another episode that me and Sabs did with our cousin Medium J, because Medium J was with me for the full day of 9/11. So just to do a quick recap on my 9/11 situation, I used to choose to just get high instead of go to school. It just made sense. Like, just whatever. Yeah, we had just come to Jersey literally like a week, and I was like, I'm just going to hang out with my cousin and get high. We're in the same grade. We'll just show up together, whatever. We ended up smoking like heavy. And back in my day when weed was natural, you know. But like this, our parents had the 80s where cocaine was pure, and I had the early 2000s when hydro was the electric feel in the streets, you know, and Uptown Haze that came in ketchup packet bags. It was amazing.
Hey, yo.
Things were different. So we're up there, and me and Jay are just rolling fucking fatties back to back, just me and him. We get super zonked, and we're like, oh, man, we'll walk to school now. It's Jersey, so it's like, oh, we can, you know, it's our first time here.
This nigga said zonked.
Yeah, we were zonked, bro.
All right.
You ever just get banged to the point that you got like one good eye, one bad eye? Like you just, yeah, zonked, bro.
Yeah, that I would call that a zonk.
One
You got
good
one
eye.
big ass eye. I'm like, "Oof, that's a zonk ass eye.
Well, I got the term from when I got concussed, and they were like, sir, you have zonky eyes. And I was like, what does that mean? They were like, one pupil's dilated, the other one is like super small. And I was like, oh.
I'll be like, watch your mouth, nigga.
Yeah.
That
Your mother's a
wasn't-
zonk.
Yo.
Come at me crazy.
Your mother got zonky eyes.
Yeah, stupid. Like, slapped him.
Now you do.
Yeah, like, I just walked away. Like, I don't even want your medical help now. Fuck out of here. You disrespecting me.
So we we walked to school, and it's like third period.
Oh, zonky.
Yeah. And we had math class together, man. And I remember this specifically just because they were like, oh, you know, you guys are late. And we were like, oh, yeah, whatever. But mind you, like, no one had stopped us walking, and we kind of just like freely. And this is also back before a bunch of fucking emo kids started shooting up schools like that. So, like, you could just freely walk into a school.
You'd have walked into school late on 9/11, I'd have tackled you. But where the fuck were you?
So mind you, we're walking in, and we get into the fucking classroom, and I'm like, oh, sweet, man, watching a fucking movie. Like, all right, like, no one lucks out the way that we do, bro. I'm good. So fucking, yeah, man, I'm doing weed free all of this month. Yeah, I'm going to start smoking again in September. So fucking,
He's doing bath salts.
yeah,
He's like,
bath salts,
Ketamine.
mushrooms, and the occasional acid, you know, whatever.
mix it up together.
Yeah. I like to, yo, dude, I want to smoke a Jeffrey for the bachelor party, but that's a side note.
Son,
Yeah.
we're gonna go back to that. Okay.
Yeah.
'Cause
right?
I'm not letting that rock. I'm curious. But continue.
Reel that one back in.
So we fucking go in there, man. I'm just like, oh, sweet, man, a movie. And I'm looking at him and I'm like, yeah, dude, fucking solid.
Movie.
And then, like, this girl just starts hysterically crying. I'm like, fuck, man, what are we watching? Like, why is she all like... And then the second plane hit. And, like, we watched that live. And I was like,
Oh my god.
yeah, like, I was taken back. I was like, yo, like, what the fuck is this?
Yo, I ain't never seen this. Who the fuck's movie is this?
Yeah.
This Scorsese?
Is this Disney?
Bro, I'm looking back at him and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, boys, you know, the Twin Towers were just hit by a plane. Now, mind you, I had just left New York. Literally, like, bags were not fully unpacked, just moved. And was like, oh, shit. Yeah, so then you ever have one of those, like, especially at a young age, one of those highs where, like, it's like, and I was like, oh.
Did you think you were the butterfly effect? Like, damn, son, if I would have never left
What
New York.
grade is this? Like middle school, high school?
This is 8th grade.
8th grade.
In 8th grade, all that weight on your shoulder, you was like, damn, son, I did this. I left.
You
I let the
would
terrorists in.
think that I've never been like a narcissistic person, so no, that's not what I was thinking. The first thing I was
That's
thinking
the
was
first
like,
thing that would have came to my brain. I've been like, fuck, I'm sorry, America. I can't believe I did us like this. I should have been there.
yo. So the first thing I'm thinking is like,
saved you all.
oh, yo, our whole family's still there, including our pops who's at work, my uncles who's at work. Now, mind you, I came out to Jersey. We moved out to Jersey because we had family here. And most of our family here still worked in New York. So fucking, I see my other cousin, and she's like running by, and she's hysterically crying. Now, she had been out here long enough that I'm assuming she had forgotten the geography of New York. Because she's like, oh my God, our parents are dead. And I'm looking at her like, our parents work in Midtown. Like, our
Got
parents,
some distance.
at best, aren't coming home today. And she was like, no.
The traffic.
Yeah, and she's like, no, that's not the case. So she's like hysterical.
They're
crying.
like, it's smoky over here.
Yeah. No, the best is that when we finally did get in contact with our pops, I was like, yo, dude, are you okay? He was like, bro, fucking slept through it. He was like, I worked a double. He's like, I went up to the roof, seen all the smoke, and was like, oh. Went right back downstairs. So whatever cases, man, fucking.
You could have seen fucking history, and it was like, son, I was knocked. Like,
He's a
damn.
hardworking union guy. What do you want? Like,
Imagine
you know?
mystery and history from a nap, though. Like,
I miss history all the time for less than a nap. Nap, at least you get something out of it.
Nah, bro. If history is going down and I'm right there, like, I'm in there. I'm in history.
Man, fuck
I'm
it.
over there, like.
So I'm in the history book now.
Nah, man.
What the fuck
Chapter
they doing over
3,
there?
page
Right.
24.
I'm calling the Uber, like, yo, son, we in there.
We in there.
Godzilla's attacking. So we got to at least get on the outskirts. I got to tell motherfuckers I saw him.
Once again, there was no Uber at this time. Everything was foot traffic.
We got on that taxi, like,
In the long ago, we
to the
didn't
terrorist
have.
attack, please.
Yeah,
Why'd you touch your lips first? I never do that.
You go whistle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't whistle on the fucking.
Yeah.
you,
Oh, okay. I get
He
it.
just blows loud kisses.
Yeah, so I was like,
bitch, come here. You know what I'm saying? Either way, they pull up. They pull up. Yeah, what's up? They're like, oh shit, he's spicy.
So yeah, so fucking, and it's
pull over
fucked
for
up
this
too,
thing.
though, man, because like I see all this chaos happen. Like she's freaking out, and I'm like, oh, silly Jersey child. Like we just need to get the fuck out of here. That's all I kept. That's where my high got me was like, hey man, you're just not safe here. Like you should probably leave. So I look across the room, and Medium J is giving me the same face, like we should probably leave. And I was like, all right. So the teacher's like, where you guys going? We were like, oh, you fuck it. And we just walked out. Like you're just hands up, like, there's fucking terrorists everywhere, lady. You concerned with us? Like, you know. Also, we just got here. Like, you know, once again, you're not doing so great of a job. Like,
Once
we literally
again,
just walked in. Like,
You'd have been walking out, and I'd have been like,
tackle him.
tackle them.
Tackle him. Spear him.
They came in late. One plane hit. The second one hit. Now they're leaving.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yo, you know what? You're not
I
wrong.
don't
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I don't like that shit.
So
And
we-
they're high.
well, that was kind of our thing, though. Everyone knew that they were like, yo, those two Spanish guys, those guys are constantly stoned. We had big afros, too. We rocked afro sheen, so we were just greasy. We just smelled like smoke.
It would so you would be like, you know, not a suspect, right? They'd be like, oh, they too high to go do terrorist activities. That's a lot of work.
I mean, that's all
always them.
perception.
Yeah.
But my perception at that time was, hey man, we should probably get out of here because I know if they're gonna start sacrificing, they're probably gonna start with the brown people. Not that I'm immediately in danger, but once they're done with y'all, I'm in some shit.
You're
You know,
good.
Medium J is definitely a little bit on the, you know, a little darker guys. I was like,
But that's why Max is gonna get it because it's like they're gonna grab Medium J and he's gonna be like, no.
yeah,
They
I'm
gonna
never
be
gonna
like,
let my
"Get
cousin
the
go.
ally.
Yeah, I'm never gonna let my cousin like go out like that.
The
No.
ally.
So then that brings us to now we have to get our team together. My girl cousin, I realized that's a lost cause. We're just gonna have to abandon her. We're just gonna have to keep it moving. She's too hysterical for me. She can't maneuver the same way. So then we go after my cousin Joker. Now Joker was young at this point. Yeah,
This was pre.
this is
Joker,
pre Joker. This is the lead up.
before he falls in Nevada.
So Joker was in the sped classes, like he was in the slow classes. But he was a good kid, man. So like we were there, we're like, hey man, some shit's happening, like we need to go. And he was like, nah, bro, teacher I'm not getting the green light. And we were like, hey man, listen, you don't really have a choice. Like we told him, it was like, yo, there's people coming to bomb us here. And he was like, oh, all right. So then we dip out. Fast forward to now, we're just walking out. Tank is a year older than us, or 2 years older than us actually. So Tank had just started in the high school. He literally sees us at the window. Like, I guess they had them all like on panic drill mode, and they were like, everyone just stay there. And he sees us walking out, and I'm like waving at him. He's like, what the fuck? Like, how are you guys getting out of school? And I like lifted up a joint, and I was like, all right, you know, fucking, yeah, like, what's up? And he was like, no. And I was like, all right, well, you fucking stay there then, square. And like, we fucking dipped, bro. And then we went and got pizza because the pizza spot was still open. Everyone was sad, and it's fucked up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, never forget, but like, I remember what I was doing. You know?
Exactly.
You never forgot.
I never forgot. No, dead ass.
That's what they mean.
What about y'all? How old were y'all?
Fucking like 4.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, just about. Just about.
You guys were 5 years old.
I was in kindergarten.
I remember coming home, not even home. I was in Jim's house. And then I was in the little driveway where we used to hang out. We was like 6 and shit.
Yeah, I went to godparents'
I was playing. I had no idea what was going on.
That's what I'm saying. And then everyone's like, oh my God, you know, all this. And I'm like, you know, I mean, yeah. But you know, we uptown, like, guys, New York's a big place. I felt bad though. And I sincerely to this day, I never asked because I always felt like it was such a super sensitive subject. But some girl I knew definitely screamed out that her mom was walking under the building when it fell. And I was like, I don't know if you're being dramatic or if she was then just squashed. Like, I never asked after that. But it is something to think about. So if you're out there, hope your mom's okay.
No,
That's a bomb right there.
yo, like,
Hey, that really sucks.
Nah, dude, like, you don't know, man. I don't know if anyone. Yeah, that was technically.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all right. It was there.
I remember being in first grade, and I just moved to
first
Jersey.
grade. Fucking old ass dog.
yeah,
I was
you
in
know.
kindergarten.
Oh,
You're ancient.
listen,
Yo, facts. How old
Nicolas
are
Cage,
you?
relax.
How
alright?
old are you though? I don't know your age now.
No, I'm 27.
See?
That's not mathematically correct. What were you, like, super advanced? They put you in at like 2?
No, when you go from New York to New Jersey, you go up a year, so you're not like the oldest person in the
That's
entire.
so disrespectful.
And also, I don't know if that's true or not. Like, in everyone's case. I shouldn't say not in your case specifically.
Nah,
but
they
in
did that
everyone's
with
case.
Kay.
Yeah,
Think about how young Kay is, but
I
like
would've been,
she's
I
like
would've been
a
the
grade
only
that
one
would
with
be
a
like 3
car
years older.
in
than
my
me.
grade, and so they put me up, so I would have been.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Kay's actually just mad smart, so I just figured they just like, yo, send this chatty little bitch up.
Are they saying like
She's mad
Jersey?
intelligent. Put her up another fucking grade.
I feel disrespected.
Why? Because
You didn't get bumped up.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's
y'all,
okay.
y'all come from New York and then
It happens.
automatically y'all just grades above us.
I'm better than you. I'm
Fucker,
sorry.
I saved you.
You know what I'm saying? You did. But even then, he would have been a grade above you. Disrespectful.
Yeah, that's crazy. I would have saved him.
You know what I'm saying?
Regardless, we'll be alright.
Disrespectful.
I remember that the TVs in Arlith, they had us all in the lunchroom. The TVs in Arlith were so shitty. I didn't even know what the hell was happening. All you see is like blurry ass, the big boom box ass TVs. They put them up top for no reason. Those things are about to fall down.
Them shits would look like mad compact, and they were heavy as a bitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
The TVs with the big ass like backs.
So everyone is just slowly getting filed out of the lunchroom. I'm still not really aware. They're not really talking about it. They just have us all in there. So you just keep seeing parents come and pick them up. So I'm like, oh, bet, day off. Okay, whatever.
Like they about to go into detail with you. Like, it was Osama, all right? Just know that. Before
So
you
my-
go home right
yeah,
now, just
right.
know he fucking did it. Don't play.
My neighbor comes for their kids, and my mom is still at work. So my neighbor takes me home too. I get home, my mom's in like the living room just watching the TV. I come in, I'm like, oh, we were just watching the same thing. She turns around crying, gushing tears. I'm like, is it really that bad? Like, I didn't even get to see the movie. And literally this woman's like, no, this is live. This is happening. This is not fake. I was like, oh,
imagine trying to explain that though to a first grader. Like, hey, listen,
yeah,
there's terrorists outside,
literally.
and they're coming for you.
She's like, you had to leave school because we don't know what they're going to hit next. I was like, what the fuck?
Yo, I remember.
Like,
I remember
goddamn.
that. I remember those words because they don't know what they're gonna hit next. I was like, they're gonna. That's mad fucking off range. How the fuck they gonna get all the way over here? Like,
I don't know. You don't know who got grudges.
Because
and
at
shit.
this point, another plane fell and
Yeah.
crashed, and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was-
supposed to be a third plane that hit, but that one, the passengers fought back, and then I guess nobody could take control of what was going on.
I
and then-
mean, none of it was supposed to happen.
well, no, of course. What I meant was that plane crashing there for the terrorist
yeah,
plan
the shit that just,
wasn't
like-
supposed to happen.
Yeah.
They were supposed to have 3 planes collide into these buildings, but so that's why my mom was like, we don't even know what's gonna get hit next, because now the planes are just dropping. That's what it seemed like.
That's
Crazy.
like it's a pain in the ass though. Like if this was a whole separate situation, not have to do with 9/11 because I don't know nothing about that shit, so I ain't gonna talk about that shit. But if I was on a plane heading to Egypt right now, giving random area just so it has nothing to do with nothing, you know what I mean? Random
You're gonna
place.
make some Egyptians mad as hell.
I'm going to fucking Antarctica. There we go. Out fucking Antarctican.
I know some niggas out there.
All right.
They
Saw
got
some
family out
Eskimos,
there.
Yeah, there's gonna be some penguin
you
out
really
there.
want
It's
beef
like,
with them?
So you was going to some place, right?
all right, I'm going over there. I'm in a plane heading over there, and the terrorists trying to take my plane.
That's like a they of places.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We heading over there from right here, and terrorists trying to take over my plane. Honestly, of course, I'm gonna fight back. Fuck them. But at the same time, once I beat the terrorist,
I got a plane.
yeah, I'm about to say I don't know how to fly that. I'm gonna assume it's similar to a car, but not necessarily exactly like a car. And I could imagine like those like role playing games where you gotta like pull up, like you put the sticks down and you go up to fly, like. You know what I'm saying? You thinking the same shit. So it gotta be like that, right? Why else would they put that in video games? Just in case emergency situations. Emergency situations. I'm over here stuttering my ass off. You know what I'm saying? You gotta just take over a plane. Like video games say go down. It means up and up means down.
Inverted controllers.
Exactly.
Yep.
It's not bad. I know that the difference between me and you is because I was just like, you were like, oh, I don't know how to fly a plane. The first thing is like after I beat the terrorists and if they've already like bodied the pilots, I'm like, I now own a plane. Now we can start negotiating because now it's just like, all right, wait a minute. You want this shit? Like, I'll put this bitch down in the Hudson. I don't give a fuck. Like,
Yeah,
what are you
right.
talking about? Like, I own this plane. Now.
Wouldn't
This is my
that
plane.
probably be like the best too? Like, because
There
if
was a
you
guy-
can't land, right? Say like,
That's what they want you to put in the water.
land.
say for some reason you have no communication with the tower, you have no instructions, you don't know how to deploy the whatever. So you have no wheels and all that. So like, wouldn't the best spot to be like do a couple loops, slow down, and then just get into the water, right?
That's what I would assume. You know what I'm saying? I thought they would want
Right.
that because don't they got
Right.
that little blow up like you know what I'm saying like raft?
I was just
thing
in the
that comes out?
emergency row 2 weeks ago. That shit is huge. This shit takes up the whole thing.
Nah, there was a dude who landed on the Hudson like a couple years back, and they were like, "He's a hero," and I was like, "He's fucking drunk, probably." But
He's like, I don't want to die.
nah, he like hit a bunch of birds or some shit, but he fucking landed right in the middle of the Hudson. I'm like, all right, that's pretty dope because I know that there's definitely a bunch of planes that hit water not the right way.
Yep.
Like, so it takes it, like he hit it like in the middle of the Hudson. That's pretty like that's a big deal.
Small.
We was
It's a little small, not as big as.
Oh no, I was gonna
Like
say
a
it's pretty
body-
cool. Like it's the Hudson, you know what I'm saying? You can land in any river, but you chose this one, like in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Most gangster river ever.
I feel like I would 1,000% body a terrorist plane attack simulator.
Like you got to fight them off.
You got to
the box.
fight them 1st, then take control of the plane,
What if they
then
got
land
guns?
that shit. And I feel like I would.
See, here's the thing though. See, you can't use guns in the air, and they know that. Like any person who's like under any consideration like knows that. Like, yo, fam, it don't matter. Even if you hit me and that bullet flows through, you just blew the cabin pressure. There's no game plan here. True. That's why they said the whole box cutter thing. But then I started thinking about it. I'm like, bruh, it's post 90s. Like it's the 90s. Like box cutters, fam. Y'all really.
everybody got a box cut.
Even then, like, I know old ladies at that point that was like spitting razors. Like, fam, like, you kidding me? I can't hit you with a fucking tray with a hard sandwich.
That's what I'm saying.
Can?
90s feels like those comb switchblades.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, but you acting like you can't wrap a belt around you. Here's my thing. If there's 6 terrorists and there's 30 pissed off passengers, that math.
30?
Yeah, I don't know how many
probably
people on
like-
our plane, bro.
probably like-
Yeah, that was way more than
It's
fucking
like
30.
100 something.
On a plane?
Yeah, bro.
I mean, unless you're doing like.
Unless you're on a little ass
Very-
plane,
yeah,
like a
let's
little
say
like
like-
state to state ass plane. But
Yeah.
if you're going
The
somewhere
La Bamba
deep,
plane?
Yeah, if you're going like 30 minutes somewhere, then you're gonna get like they're gonna get like a nice 30-man, 40-man plane. But like if you're going coast to coast, they're gonna fill
Yeah.
that bitch up with like 160 people.
yeah, facts. Like when I went from Boston to Jersey, it was like a little ass, like maybe like 30, 50 people playing. But like when I went from fucking like Boston to like overseas, you know what I'm saying? That shit was like, it was hundreds of us.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because in my mind, I'm thinking like, all right, so let's call it 100 people, just a solid number. If it's 100 versus 6 with a box cutter, like, fam, I'm pretty sure we could roll you the fuck out. Like,
Yeah. Somebody gonna have to take it out and get a little slicey slice, but like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm pretty
Make it
sure
work.
6-on-6.
It won't be
with
no,
box
it won't
cutters
be nothing
would-
vital.
here's my thing though, and once again, I'm not trying to keep on the 9/11 subject. I don't want to keep kicking it, but I do kind of want to look more into the fact now, like, did they take out the pilots for? Because you make up a good point though. You're like, all right, man, we do X, Y, and Z, but don't nobody know how to fly this bitch. But I mean, like, by the time y'all pull the box cutters and all that shit, like, I think we have time to like really, you know, hey, somebody walk me through this. Let's figure this out together. You know?
If you're a pilot,
Yes, bro. Yes.
if you're a pilot, and like they're at the door with like a young woman's like throat or like a kid's throat, are you opening the door?
No, fuck that kid. Straight up, yo, dog. It's all right, man. That sucks.
No, I'm not disagreeing.
Yeah,
I
like
just,
that
it's such
sucks.
harsh.
I'm not saying it sucks. It's even if it was my kid, I'd be like, damn, bro, like that sucks. But like as a pilot,
even if it was your kid, that's intense.
as a pilot,
oh my god,
you have to understand that you are. It's
not my
the
kid.
mass
Fuck that pilot shit.
versus. Well, that's what I'm saying. Not mine personally, but like I said, if I'm a pilot and I'm like, oh, that's little Billy. We gave him a pair of wings before the flight fucking started, and I'm like, oh, dude, Billy.
fuck Billy.
Nah, I'm not gonna say fuck Billy, but yo, Billy, you gotta understand, bro. It's you versus like 90
We
other
got
people. Like,
lives
I
to
give this
save.
up. Yeah, bro. Like you have a responsibility at that point,
Yeah.
and that sucks. But in the same breath, though, if it was my kid and like he bucked my kid, I'm like, oh, bet I'm crashing this plane, taking us all out. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hit something that's important to y'all.
To me, that sounds racist.
I don't give a fuck.
Which one you want, huh? Which one's yours, huh?
He's in the cab depot. Like, he's going right
Oh,
to
yeah.
the motherland.
But-
Crash this shit
Medallion?
right into your block.
Medallion is getting blown the fuck up. I don't give a fuck.
Halal guys? No more.
Nah, no. Wait a minute. Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Oh my bad.
All right, because once again, the pleasure of the many. All right,
You're right.
Halal guys is a lot of good work.
You're
Can't
right, my
take that
bad.
away from them.
My bad. All right, I give you that.
But yeah, that was
The white sauce.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though. I got like 11,711 points. So,
Goddamn.
you know what I'm saying? Let's.
Sub, give me some raps.
I'll just be there. So,
Bro, I fucking got a 7-Eleven across the street from my crib, and I swear to God, like the new place I live, it's literally I like the apartment, but I literally hate where I live. The 7-Eleven is trash.
damn.
Like it's so. I've never been to a whack 7-Eleven in my whole life. Not that I've had much 7-Eleven
Slurpee
experience, but like
machine?
I don't even think so. Keep it a
No
buck. I don't even
way.
think so. Like
Burn
their
it.
nacho machine is like hidden. They don't got like good snacks at all. I'm like, yo, where your sandwiches
That's
at?
rough.
Like, yo, what's
That's rough.
yeah, bro, it's
Yeah,
super
no, that's rough.
trash. And on top of these motherfuckers be stingy and like, I don't really fuck with them. My whole neighborhood's made of people that are just like, they think, I don't know, they got their nose always pointed up. Like, yo, fuck y'all. Even the cops. Of course, it's always the little dudes. It's never like the 6'1" cops that you know, like, hey, that cop goes home and punches his wife. Like, you know what I'm saying? The cops you see like that, because I see those all the time too, because I also live across the street from a bar. And there's nothing funnier than watching a guy who you know commits domestic violence coming to stop domestic violence. Because, all right, so listen. So the little dude jumped out, and like, say there was a chick in a stroller, or a chick with a stroller, or some shit like that, like a little old lady. Like, all right, man, you're doing the right thing. But when you do it because you feel like, oh, someone's hip to you not doing the completion of your task, like you didn't completely isolate the block, so like they're going around it, and now you feel the need to compensate, you're a dickhead. Opposed to Officer McSchmitty's, you know, the guys who look like me and Dom, you know what I'm saying, who show up to the fucking bar, and so yeah, exactly. We look like the other guys. All right. We look like, hey, you should probably watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We're not the kind of guys that, yeah, come on, you know what time it is. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna scream out a slur as I buck the gun, but you might hear it in the echo. It's not my fault. That's what you hear.
It might be the last thing you ever
Yeah,
hear.
that might
so
be
Mr.
it.
Yes, officers.
Yeah, exactly. Sir, beginning and end of sentence. So me and my wife going somewhere. Actually, no, I'm lying. She was on the phone, and we're on FaceTime, and I just jump in the car, and I don't know where the fuck I'm heading to, but I see out, because there's literally a bar on the corner of our building. Fucking chick runs out, and she's like, get the fuck off of me. Get the fuck off of me. And I'm like, oh, yes, it's 1 PM. Let's go domestic white trash. My favorite fucking people. Let's go. Guy comes out, and he's fucking grabbing her and like swinging her around. She's like, get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off me. Give me my bag. And they're going at it. Another guy pulls out, so I turn the camera. I'm like, oh, shit, babe, look at this shit. Watch, yeah, we're fucking cheering it on. Get him, Becky. Oh, yeah, he looks like it. Oh, yeah. So she runs back in the bar. Yeah. Guy's outside, and he's like, a bunch of other guys are trying to like fucking talk him. Nah, man, you know, just chill. One cop car pulls up. I'm like, oh, shit. They starting to investigate. Second car pulls up. I'm like, oh, shit, they get in the gang. Like, it's a whole squad. Then third car pulls up, and I'm like, oh, like, somebody must have a gun or something. Like, because there's really no need for all this. Like, oh, now we're getting a little excessive. But then I start thinking about where I'm at. I'm in like a rich, uppity town now. And I'm like, oh, okay, so this is probably how they handle shit. So, dude, chick comes out, the cops are like, and then the guy's getting. And here's the other thing too is like, and this is what I hate. I hate the comfortability that older white dudes have around other older white dudes, where they're like, oh yeah, I know that you're here for a domestic violence call.
Yeah, Don was like, oh yeah, I know exactly
I know
what
what's
you're
about to happen.
Yeah. So like he's like, I know you're here for a domestic violence call, but like you're being very aggressive towards this woman while the cops are still here. So they're like, okay, well, we got your side of the story. So they send some. Once again, I'm watching. Now I'm just smoking bogeys back to back. I'm like, oh, this is just like a novella. Like I'm watching this bitch. I mean, I got my girl HD. We're watching it.
You guys are like outside brushing nothing.
Oh no, I'm sitting in my car, like literally getting ready to pull off, and I was like, I'm gonna be late wherever I'm going. Like I don't even. It's just a dub now.
Tell dinner we're coming 15 minutes.
Oh yeah,
late.
you're gonna have to move the reservation, honey. We got some shit we gotta check out. So the dude comes up, and like they're like, all right, miss, yeah, go back inside. We're gonna handle it. And like they put it on the show, like, yeah, we're about to fucking tune this guy the fuck up. And I swear to God, just online now, I didn't hear it because once again it's across the street, but like I could read body language. She walks inside and the guy fucking fixes his pants. He looks at the older white dude that was beefing with her and he gives her the bitches, and he was just like, she fucking says I hit her. And mind you, this chick's got like a fucking swollen eye. He's like, oh, well, maybe she fell. Well, and the cops are like, yeah, maybe she fell. And they're like, all right, man, you have a good one, man. Bitches be wild. The guy was like, fucking bitches be wild, bro. And they just fucking part ways. So I'm thinking like they're going to put this guy in the back of the car. Now, mind you, I'm simulating what they're saying. But then I go, oh, he's walking towards the two cop cars. Like, oh, they're about to hook and book this dude. Like, good, man. Take this fucking Delegacía the fuck out of here. Get this guy gone, man. Women beaters is not something we support. If I would have caught that on the one, I would have rolled him. But once again, I know my territory. I would have went over there and like 50 McPatties would have came out and tried to fucking me up. I don't need that smoke. Yeah. Especially when I got places to be. You know what I'm saying? Can't save every hoe. Sometimes you gotta let a bitch get punched. I don't agree with it. Gotta happen. So they start walking him over, and I'm like, oh, they about to hook and book this dude. I'm like, yeah, babe, look. Yeah. And they straight up was just like, all right, man, you have a good one. And they hopped in the car and just depped out. And
Take care, pal.
The guy walked right back in the bar. And I was like, oh, yeah, I know not to go outside at night. Like, this is different. Like, I don't, So with all that being said, what's going on with y'all?
Damn, so today I got notification that $9.99 was spent on DoorDash while I was working. Oh, 4:42 p.m. Right? So I was like, yo, what the fuck's going on? So immediately step outside, call DoorDash a little bit. I'm like, yo, I think there's some fraud going on. He's like, all right, we're gonna stop your card. You can throw that one out. We're gonna get you a new one, right? So then I was like, yo, like, what's going on? He said it's all good. So I started looking into it a little bit, and I forgot that I got a Dash Pass.
Yes, I knew you were gonna say that.
And that shit is $9.99 a month. So I just canceled my card for no reason.
I knew you were gonna say that because my shit hit today too.
So that sucked.
Yo.
Yeah, that is actually rough.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
It'd have been funnier if you like called like somebody like that you knew that had your shit like, yo, son, you ordering fucking food?
Nah, like it's crazy. I don't usually have my bank notifications on, but I just put them on recently and.
Go you, man. That's very adulting of you.
Yeah, I'm trying, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then cancel my card for no reason. And I got to get with DoorDash to make sure I get that money back.
You canceled your card because you paid for your card.
What about you, Sabs? Anything good?
I thought I was gonna have a nice, fun trip today, like with that acid gummy, but it turns out that it might have been a microdose.
Yeah, it was a micro hit. I told you that was a breakfast hit, and you were waiting for a wild adventure. And I told you, no, dude, that was my breakfast hit. I gave it to you, and then I just took the boomies and was like, "Fuck it, I'll take these for breakfast."
Ready for a wild
the whole
adventure.
time, like I thought it was just the whole thing.
Which I told you later on became the funniest part of the conversation when you were just like, "Yeah, man, it's like almost like a microdose." Like, bro, it is a microdose. Like, what do you? Yeah, it's a breakfast acid gummy. You take it first thing in the morning to make your day brighter. I should have did that instead of fucking the gram and a half I did of the fucking boomies that just didn't hit me yet.
It did make my day much brighter. I got a whole song done.
There you go.
I was just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Macking, enjoying life.
Yeah, see, man. So it wasn't a fucking total waste, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Making bed angels and shit. It was macking.
Jesus Christ. Dom, vacation, how was it?
Oh, vacation was amazing. That was long overdue.
Sorry.
I needed that instantly. I'm gonna say this: the underrated feeling of being a kid for a week. Wow.
Sometimes you need it, right?
I just, I'm not really a big Disney guy, but my girlfriend is. She's putting on OD. Like, she had the Flash Pass. She had the skip lines. She had the 2-day early access to this, and I was like, all right, cool. Meet every single character. I was like, all right, so she's a professional at this.
No, I
shit.
love that. That's a woman after my own heart, professionally done.
So
Love it.
that's what I'm saying. She's a professional at this Disney shit. So I was like, all right, you just go. I'm gonna follow up, whatever happens. So
Have you play it out? We'll get it done. Yeah. No, I
because
get that.
she was like, oh, do you want to do this, and that? And I was like, honestly, everything. It's like, if it's cool, let's do it. If it's extremely lame, let's see if we have nothing to do. We'll go do it.
Oh, fuck it. That sounds dope.
That's what I was saying. I was like, I'd like, she knows the rides, she knows the attractions. The
At least she was
shows.
a good sport about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Not me. I'm an asshole. I'm like, that sounds whack as fuck. Like, why would you even bring that up? No, we're not doing that.
I'd be super mad if we went there and I'm like, I come out dressed as a fucking wizard and you're like, dork. Yeah, bro, I might have to throw you off a fucking Gryffindor
people,
tower.
There's people, like, especially when you go to Hollywood Studios, the amount of Jedis and Sith that are just walking around.
That's so fucking dope.
It is pretty dope.
Yeah, I would have to get a little like Jedi cape or some shit, walk around with the hood.
$120.
Thanks. God.
Yeah, that's how much I spent for my Harry Potter one.
Damn.
I bought a Slytherin authentic joint.
The black one's $125.
Authentic.
Oh, the black one.
Yeah,
Because
the
that's
Sith
hard.
one. Sith one's $125.
I hate to sound like corn, but I definitely would have bought both. I've been like, fuck it, some things for you. Know,
I bought a lightsaber instead.
That's fucking cool.
We got
TSA was like, he's good. They're like, yep, let him on.
That's sick.
Yeah, I would have came out with the lightsaber and the little hoodie thing, and I just started fucking people up.
It was too hot. I was not going to pretend to even grab that hoodie thing.
I'd have walked up on a random stranger like, order 66, and slapped him with the lightsaber.
Dink.
I just want to point out that is an only nerd reference. That one's a
fine.
deep cut. That's a deep cut. I hope people appreciate that. That was a good.
And anyone who don't get that shit,
It wasn't meant for you.
Yeah, dork. But nah, man, I'm glad that you're back. I'm glad everyone had a good time. So I wanted to get into a couple topics. One thing that I learned this week. Did you guys know Guantanamo Bay had a gift shop?
like the prison, but like who
what
was
would they
visiting?
sell?
Yeah, so apparently when you go to Guantanamo Bay, besides the prison, there's a gift shop, which I think that like having the world's most like evil terrorists and like fucking super criminals and all that shit, because it's basically in my mind like the island from Arrow, like having them all there, and then also having like Minions mugs is like really
All
cool.
I see is bobbleheads.
It's like you go there, you
Violent
cop a
jets.
shirt. It's like, I've been to Guantanamo Bay. My dad sucks.
Yeah, no, you are not fucking far off. Like I said, that whole Minions thing was actually a legitimate thing. Like you could look it up. Guantanamo Bay has plenty of gift shop items. Like, hey, I went to Guantanamo Bay to watch a terrorist get hung, and all I got was this stupid shirt. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's shit like that. It's fucking crazy.
Like, bro, like in my head, the fact that it has like a gift shop and anything like that. So like, there's like tourism at Guantanamo Bay. You just like walk past, like, yeah, look at that terrorist in that little cell right there. They're beating some interrogation into him. like, you know what I mean? Go to the next, then the next one, like, you know what I'm saying? Look at that one. Yeah, that's him shitting in his little cell. No, there's no toilet in there. That's what they want. He's a fucking piece of shit.
The tour guide is like also a cop that works there. Like, this is what he
Like,
does on his off
What
time.
the fuck?
I just think it's super funny to be like, hey, kids, gather around. Who wants to see some waterboarding? All right, who's ever seen a guy drown? All right, come look. Like, so weird to me. But once again, I saw that and was just like, you know, I guess everyone needs to turn a profit one way or another.
Hey,
So.
yo.
Like, remember what they did to the Hydra guy in Civil War movie when they hung him upside down? Mm-hmm. Want to see it?
Yeah. Like how
It's crazy.
$10.
how funny is it though that like the idea of having an attraction, like a themeland attraction site at Guantanamo Bay is like an official thing to the point that you can be like, all right, gather around. Who wants to help pull this guy's nails out of his hand? He's got secrets and we've got pliers. Come on, Sally. Come on, step up. Brenda, come on, come here. All right, ready? 1, 2, happy. Then everyone's smiling. The guy's like busting up. Like,
Happy birthday!
yeah. Although I think that would be a great family trip if you got to teach a kid a lesson. You're like, hey, you keep acting this way, you're gonna end up here. And look, that guy's eating a cock meat sandwich. All right, you want a cock meat sandwich? Like, that's what's on the fucking menu. All right, keep fucking around. It's fucking terrible, dogs.
Yo, honestly, if anyone would have took me somewhere and said that shit, I'd have been like the best person ever.
That's like literally scared straight. Yes. Like, it's super straight. Like,
yo, that's how you
no cock meat sandwiches for me.
Cock meat, what?
That's what I'm saying. Like these scared straight programs where they have fucking like your B.
They're not
B-level.
showing the butt sex, so these kids aren't scared.
Yo, they're not, and that's a fucking very good point. Like I said, if I walked into a jail and they're like, yeah, you know what I did here, and I'd fuck little boys like you, and I'm like, dude, come on, 9 out of 10 chances like you don't actually feel that way. I know mad people throughout my entire life who spend a good deal of their lives in jail, and it's not even really like that. But if I go to Guantanamo Bay and they make me stand behind like one of those like screening walls like at the aquarium, and they're like, oh, you see this guy right here? Yeah, this guy's been holding out on secrets. So this is the CIA. He's about to eat some dick. And you're like, what? And they got him tied down and he just gets a fucking cock sandwich?
Jesus.
Bro, that's how you get kids to behave. All right?
Facts.
Everyone's so happy and so excited nowadays to put a transgender cock in some kid's face for equality. What? That's fine. Whatever. I don't agree with it. But if you're going to put a cock in the face, make sure that it means something. You know what I'm saying? Let that cock be traumatizing. Yeah, that's it.
I like that.
Yeah, fuck it. Make a fucking point out of it. It's a tragedy, but god damn it.
You didn't have me till the end. For that whole middle part, I was like, what the fuck?
That was a
And then at the end,
that was a rocky ass message. I was like, I don't know where this
He
shit
said, if you're gonna show a dick, make that dick count.
Yo, that's how you land the plane. All right, just want to bring that full circle.
It's all about the fear.
All right, so what else I got is all right. Generationally speaking, I'm pretty sure that we can all agree that Nickelodeon was a part of everyone here. Now, I came up in the all that generation.
Oh yeah.
Post that, the big story that's kind of hit me that like no one's really talking about, and it kind of irks me because it's been going on for so long that like I know about it out of people in my generation. So to see that, I remember when you were younger, when all you guys were actually younger, and we would watch iCarly. Remember iCarly? Yeah, I love fucking iCarly. Yeah. So you guys remember Jeanette McCrudy, iCarly's best friend?
Yeah, I love her.
Sam.
Yo, Sam. Yes, Sam. I fucking love. Me too. I was like younger than
Sammy.
Yo, cutie patootie, bro. Plus, like I read her thing and she was like, I love fucking Harrison Ford movies and shit. And I was like, what, bro? You're fucking badass. Like that's dope. So she had just released a book that's titled "I'm Glad My Mother Died." Yeah. So what had been going on in that situation apparently is, and I would love if you're out there, Jeanette McCrudy, and you don't want to do any high profile shit and you want to come do like a low end podcast, this is your one.
We love you.
Yeah, we do. And we're actually like we're not creep fans. We're actually like, yo, we grew up watching you, same age, Sam. But she was saying that everyone at Nickelodeon's a fucking creep. And
yeah, I can believe it.
That no, it's not even a point of I can believe it. Dog. Years ago, I heard the quote, and I don't remember who said it, but it was definitely one of the things where it's like, if 10 people call you a crackhead, bitch, you smoke crack. You know what I'm saying? If 20 people say something's burning, bitch, there's a fire. You know what I'm saying? So if 100 people throughout the years have said, yo, people at Nickelodeon are basically just trafficking kids and taking advantage of this whole situation, trying to fuck these young kids and getting away with molesting a lot of them. And that's why all these kids, same thing with the Disney stars, why they're all fucked up. And no one's done a fucking thing about it. And that's what her book is, basically. She's saying that, like, she was like, yo, my mom's knew I was getting fucking molested. And she was just like, smile for the camera, honey. You know what I'm saying? Go get with this guy with the foot fetish, the fat dude that was on all that. And he's the one who's been, like, splacking people to fuck out. So,
what?
Yeah, dogs, fucked up shit, bro. Fucked up shit. Straight up.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. And it sucks, though, because it's like, once again.
Did they do anything to Josh Peck? We need to know.
No, I think Josh
He's a
Peck is
hero.
solid.
Thank God, because I saw Drake Bell's now a rapist.
He's a fucking child diddler,
That is
dog.
so
That's what I'm saying. But yo, hurt people.
Now it's like Josh and Josh. I don't even look at it as Drake and Josh anymore.
Yeah, no, it is. It's him by his fucking self.
I know, it's so crazy. I love that shit.
But I'm
Josh
glad
was
that
on drugs for a little bit, remember?
Yeah, but what's wrong with that?
Man, you're on drugs.
No.
I'm on drugs right now. Yeah.
No. Like,
Drugs are awesome.
Like he was on like the kind of drugs that he had like go rehab for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't smoke meth. It's not great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, but.
I heard that's not the best.
Yeah. Let me be the first to tell you drugs.
Not it.
Drugs. All right? Thumbs up, guys. It's all about the right kind of drugs.
Drugs.
But, which will bring me into our next topic. But for right now, just focus on the fact that you even brought up the other dude from Drake and Josh. Like, yeah, dude, that guy's a fucking child molester. And it's probably because he was molested as a child. Like, you know, hurt people.
Oh, damn.
So, like, it's a fucked up pattern to keep continuing.
It's
but yeah,
Nickelodeon's fault.
it is Nickelodeon's fault. you got to think about it. Like, you're raising it that, like, they always made the thing that the reason that the Nickelodeon sign was a big foot is because that fat dude, he was into feet. That was like his thing. So, like, he'd be like, everyone take your shoes off and put it in whipped cream. And they'd be like, that's kind of weird, but I guess we're kids and it's kooky. And he's just sitting there fucking fapping in the back, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Like, or in the front, because a lot of them said he was not secretive about it. Yeah. And you know what's worse, though, is that these fucked up parents are selling the kids. Now, do I think, I could never understand what it's like to not love my mother, because I love my mother. My mother's a great parent.
Facts.
So the idea that someone feels feels their convictions to the point that they're like, yo, I'm glad my mother's dead because she basically sold me into child slavery. Now, once again, I didn't read the book yet. I'm going to, but it's not next on my list, but following.
I'm going to read the Spark Notes. Yeah.
Or if she wants to come on and chat about it and just give us the fucking straight, because I seen like a news clip and everyone's like real judging. And what pisses me off more is that no one seems to really want to tackle the subject like it's not fucking important. But it really is, because one, Nickelodeon's still a thing, I think. Disney's still a thing, I think.
Absolutely.
Well, I thought
absolutely.
I thought Nick Cannon bought most of that shit.
Oh, did he?
I thought he bought Nickelodeon and all that extra shit.
All right, Nick Cannon may be the savior that the world needed then. Good. Because at least I know that he's on the ball. That man loves pussy. All right? Grown, consensual, well matured pussy.
Or go back to our talk about the Playboy. When they've just hit so many girls, now are they looking for something different?
No, he's still hitting girls. He's got like 18 baby mothers currently. No, he's still hitting women.
He's looking for at least 2 more.
A couple kids on the way right now.
Yeah, he's good. That's solid. But like I said, I just think that it's fucked up that was just like overlooked. That she's like, yeah, Nickelodeon sex trafficking children. I was molested. My mother was okay with it because of the paycheck, and this is still ongoing and has been for some time. And they were like, so you ever thinking about acting again? Like, and she said that's the main reason that she left the thing. She was like, yo, as soon as her mother died, she's like, no, I'm done acting. Because she put out a couple Netflix joints that were aight. Like, she put out a show on Netflix that I thought was really good. Yeah.
What was it? It was like some like dystopian type shit.
Yeah, dogs where all the parents were gone. There was diseases and shit. I don't know what just fell out of my pocket, but fucking dogs. That shit was fire. And then it just never made another thing. And I was like, oh, what happened? But then to come find out, you're like, oh my god, my heart bleeds for you. One, because I enjoyed you as someone who I watched on TV growing up. Two, I'm a fucking decent human being who understands that children and women should be off the guards of like, those are no contest situations. You don't do those things. So the fact that it's a female child that you was just selling into like TV slavery, like, yo, bro, what the fuck? Yeah, and it needs to be discussed more. But I really do think that America's got a weird thing where now everyone's like trying to defend pedophiles and be like, oh, kids are people too. Hey, look, Billy, look at this transgender putting its dick in your face. Pick a gender. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And if that's not a red flag, bro, I don't know what is.
It is a red flag.
It is a red flag.
Huge.
Huge red flag.
Exactly.
But like I said, I hope that God blesses her and I hope that she's cool now. Truthfully, like it's a rough situation.
Can we still catch a pedophile, man?
Yo, dude, I'm down to just every time I read another story, I get more and more the level of like, oh, dude, I know I'm gonna catch an assault charge, but
nah, we don't even need to go that far. Just scare the fuck
nah, man. What's the point? No. See, I'm not half-assed. I don't like those YouTube shows where they're like, hey, I know you're a child dealer. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna fucking demean you online. Nah, bro, I'm gonna beat this shit out. No, not me, bro. Fuck that.
You gotta bring him to Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, bro.
Bring him right to the gift shop.
Little tour.
Do you want to be this little bobblehead?
Do you want this cock meat sandwich?
Nah, bro, I'm beating. If I know that you are a certified child predator,
listen, I'm not saying I'm not above it. I just don't want to say on here whether or not.
Nah, but I just want to make it clear though that like for those people who go out there and they're like, I'm just gonna expose them, and now everyone knows, and I'm like, all right, but what if they go somewhere else, like like a Catholic priest, if they just move somewhere else and start over, like people are still in jeopardy. But if you beat them to the point that they wake up in the morning and they think about that beating every day, they go to sit down and they're like, God damn, my back and my ass hurts, bro. That's more of an effective time. I'm more of a doer. You know what I'm saying? I believe in effectiveness. That's just me though. All right. I understand everyone nowadays is like, oh, we could send a message. Nothing sends a better message than a broken tibia. Just saying.
I'm not saying I'm against it.
I'm just saying I feel like low-key the government wants all them to just get their justice due to the fact that they red dot shit. It's like, why would you make that so available? Oh, there's a diddler on the block. It's right there on this little website, like that it's accessible to every single person ever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you a rebuttal on that one. I have an interesting theory on that.
Okay.
Sure that I'm surprised there's not like a fucking red dot hunter.
I'm sure there is.
Here's my thing.
Red dot slayer.
How many people do you think actively check to see if their neighborhood is red dot associated?
Not many.
Yeah, probably not many.
Okay. It's the same
more
thing.
should.
I don't want to because it's gonna piss me the fuck off.
I equivalate that to the warning sign on cigarettes. We know it's there, but everyone enjoys a cigarette. You know, how would you feel if you've got this neighbor and you're like, oh man, I moved to this neighborhood and it's fucking damn the guy that lives on the side of the fence, and you're like, hey man, this fucking great guy. Sundays he's always cooking, he sends things over. You're like, oh man, this guy's fucking dope. And then something's like, oh man, you know, hey man, you should check out this thing. And all of a sudden you find out that Dan moved here because he had a collection of little boy balls like hanging from a necklace. It's gonna suck, right? No one wants to have their thing ruined. Because now you have a choice, right? Now you have to be like, am I still gonna be cool with Dan and like kind of neglect me reading this?
Predator with child testicles.
Once again, he's got a collection of like fucking small Power Ranger arms he's collected from kids over the years. Like, you got to think about that shit. Are you gonna ignore it, or are you gonna be one of those people that's just like, I'm not gonna judge him because he's good to me and my kid is constantly under surveillance? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those type things. Also, at that point, when you were like, hey man, I gotta go run inside, keep an eye on my kid, do you second guess that now? You're like, you know, matter of fact, let my kid drown. You don't fucking go near my kid. Like, you know, it's one of those, what do you do? And that's my point of how many people do you think really contemplate that type shit? It's there. It's available to look at. How many people do it?
Oh man, because if I found out that the neighbor dude that we was just chilling and shit, and like, yo, he collects the Power Ranger arms. Oh man,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm gonna destroy him.
There's a bunch of different jock straps from different age groups hanging in his window. You think he's just like a big sports fan?
Nah, Zordon wouldn't allow that man to live.
That's what I'm saying. He's got a candy bowl that he constantly only just holds over his crotch on Halloween. Like, come on, fucking be real. Like, these shits, shit happens, bro. And that's the part that makes me, that's why I don't trust people. That's why the neighbors be like, hi, I'm like, don't, stop. I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm glad I come from a neighborhood where it's either you grew up there and we all know your family and it's generation, because going forward, we have no reason to speak. All right? It's something, mind your business, okay? This lady told me that fucking, I had a package and that she fucking was like, oh yeah, I put the package upstairs for you. Miss, don't touch my things. Like, you know, I appreciate you thinking that you're being helpful, but don't touch my things. So, anyway, so I'll bring that. Yeah, it's like I said, man. It's just one of those weird things where we really need to, when people are calling out for help and exposing certain shit, like, hey, man, maybe we should fucking listen. Is that the right one?
Yeah.
So maybe we should fucking listen. That's where all I was really getting at with this whole Jeanette McCrudy shit, because, like, how many more people do you need to publicly come outside and be like, hey, man, some fucked up shit is going on, and we're just going to be like, oh, yeah, man, get the gack, you know? Put that on the face. Like, come on, bro, fuck off. What kind of horrible shit is that? Dead ass.
God damn it, Nickelodeon.
Yeah, dude, and then also it tarnishes my fucking childhood. It's fucked up to think that all that was held at fucking like, all right, now that you're done doing the fucking Good Burger scene, drop your drawers. I would love to talk to Kenan fucking Thompson and be like, bro, how much horrible shit did you fucking see? Like, all jokes aside, like, how much did you fucking witness? Because you're super successful, which means either your ass was protected because you knew better, which makes you a horrible, like, bison. God knows what you've seen.
Ruins the whole thing.
Or you've been fucking taking dicks left and right and you just stood on top, bro. It's one of two fucking things, bro. It's no...
Damn.
Oh, my God.
It is. It's fucked
Hollywood
up.
Star, too.
And I love Kenan Thompson. I
love him too, but
he's the
it's like,
fucking man. But if I had to know that he got to the top by getting fucking hung out to dry, bro.
Fucking DP'd. Like,
That's what I'm saying. They built a fucking they used him as a fucking stepping stool, bro. That's fucking horrible. Little ladder game. Oh my God. That's terrible.
I'm not trying to be
Whatever
like
happened to Kel?
I
That's
like
what I'm saying.
Kenan, but there's a couple other niggas I would give a Hollywood star to before Kenan, you know what I'm saying? And nothing to take away from him, but
Okay,
you
well,
you
that's
got a point.
You better say some names to defend that one, because that's a hard thing to say, because that man's been making me smile since a child. Pause.
Drake when he was in Degrassi. It was a beautiful role.
Wheelchair Jimmy
You're
was a solid
dumb.
It was
role.
a beautiful role.
No, Wheelchair Jimmy was
dumb.
solid.
It was a beautiful role.
He needs a star because of that alone.
I mean,
Yeah.
he doesn't not need a star because of that. Oh, you know what? He's Canadian, so you know what I'm saying. Not taking anything, but he's Canadian.
Even more
He came
impressive.
here
Even more
and
impressive.
tried to conquer it.
It sucks that
ass.
actually you're like 5 or 6 of my favorite actors are all Canadian. It's heartbreaking, but
You know
it is
what
what
I'm
it
saying?
is.
A lot of my favorite niggas too ain't from here.
Yeah.
Like Liam Neeson. And Hugh Jackman.
I like the way you said it. Say his name again.
Liam Neeson.
There you go.
I like how that's the first person you throw out. Like, yeah, Liam Neeson.
He goes crazy. Like,
You know, the guy,
It's undeniable.
the guy who's openly racist. She said she got.
You
that.
see, but that's how
seen him
crazy
act?
it goes that the racistness was put behind my head.
I do actually support you being able to separate the artist from the art, which brings me to our first sponsored segment. I'm taking representation now and money for the Free R. Kelly League. Now I know what people are thinking. They're like, "Oh, he's done some horrible things." Most of 90% of those women were consenting, if not their parents were. If I see P coming my way, I get out the way. Shout out to the Boondocks. That's great theology. And truthfully, when I like to get, in the mood and I feel like singing, like, bruh, R. Kelly still slaps. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. Me and my wife will bump Yo, if you're coming to my wedding, R. Kelly's getting played. Deal with it. You can either step in the name of love or you can wait the fuck outside. That's how I feel.
Listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't dance. What I am saying is that the kid is a kid diddler.
You don't know how many kids were there, or were there a bunch of naive 17-year-olds and then that one 14-year-old who got peed on? Which, by the way, if you're old enough to move out of the way of pee, I'm just saying. But what happened? It was R. Kelly.
Defending this. No,
I'm not defending it. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying, free R. Kelly. There's no reason that R. Kelly.
I'm not defending him at all. Free that man fucking now.
There is no reason on this earth, when it comes to how maths, that R. Kelly is doing more time than Ghislaine Maxwell.
No.
Go ahead. No, I want that counter argument.
No. I agree. He should not be doing more time than her. They should both be doing equal amounts of time.
Okay.
Equality.
Agreed.
I'm gonna give you a rebuttal on that one. R. Kelly paid, roofed, and took care of most of the bitches he kidnapped. Okay? He fed them. Yeah, there was rules. Everybody got rules. Okay? He fed them. He clothed them. He brought them to concerts. All right? He taught them rhythm. What the fuck else do you want? Ghislaine Maxwell sold children. Hey, come here, 8-year-old, get on this plane. I'm selling you to the Clinton family. That shit happened, and no one want to talk about it. Okay? Chris Tucker, who I love, was apparently on the Lolita Express. Okay? He went back for Su Yin. He did. That happened, and no one want to talk about the shit. But yeah, y'all ready to put R. Kelly under the jail. That's our sponsored segment, Free R. Kelly.
I am not part of this sponsorship whatsoever. I am not getting any money. Yeah. I have no. My ad is not next to them.
Yeah, them niggas don't pay
us. I do not promote.
That was fire though.
Look at me in my face.
I want you to understand, R. Kelly. You could do whatever you gotta do.
Fuck you, R. Kelly.
Anyway, I'm gonna be cutting out all this R. Kelly slander.
Ignition does go crazy.
Yeah, I'm about to say I will sing the initial remix, but you can stay your ass in jail and sing that shit.
It's not like I'm not gonna dance to his shit, but I'm not about to be like free.
Here's the record for my baby. You guys don't know, man. You're not old enough to really appreciate R. Kelly. I wasn't there for the original Space Jam. LeBron is in your Space Jam. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I Believe I Could Fly made me feel like the greatest. I'm just saying. All right, when Ali dropped, all right, World's Greatest, the champion song. Oh my God, fuck out of here.
Listen, Grandpa, it doesn't matter how old you are. We still love MJ, and that was our fucking Space Jam. Don't you ever disrespect us with this garbage LeBron fucking double.
Y'all enjoyed the R. Kelly with Post Malone soundtrack, and LeBron James is the star. I don't want to hear that shit. Jesus. Anyway, speaking of music, Meek Mills loves microdosing. Go you, Meek Mills.
That shit made me so mad, bro.
Why?
Because the way he wrote it.
He was high.
All right,
I'll be writing some stupid shit when I'm high too, bro. I wrote this list when I was high.
I was like, yo, he definitely wrote that on True.
Doesn't Aaron Rodgers microdose now?
Yeah,
no, Aaron Rodgers does not microdose. That motherfucker said I was doing ayahuasca trips. He was going up to a mountain.
In a game?
He was going up to a mountain into a sweat lodge with a Sherpa, drinking some shit, shitting and throwing up, and then putting up 24 lightly by himself. But go ahead, hit it.
All right. Meek Mill, and I quote, I took some strooms. It made me more smart.
Facts.
More happy.
Big facts.
And have more love in my heart.
Me too.
I was gone cold. This shit like medicine.
Yeah, big facts.
Microdose vibes.
All day.
I don't know if everybody brings structure for this.
No.
But there's some shit in these things. LOL.
Yeah, bro. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, I took some strooms. It made me more smart.
First off, I be taking boomies and they do be making me more smarter. So I don't see the disconnect.
He just contradicting himself out there for everybody, and it's like, why you making it look a little bad as great as you're making it sound at the same time?
That is true. As a team of psychedelic enthusiasts, it is something that I do kind of see, and I'm like, oh, bro, what are we doing here?
Sponsor that shit. That was a great rant you did, but for the wrong thing. Like, damn.
No, until the
We
boomy
had
man.
that same enthusiasm with a lot of things.
Yo,
Yo, had R. Kelly. Like,
if I still had people cutting the check, that would be all right. But guess what? The boomy man not cutting the check. I'm not seeing no discounts from the boomy man.
dude, who's cutting you a check for R. Kelly? That's crazy. Dude, we need to speak
Don't
about
worry about
this.
the defense. Don't worry about who's providing the defense. Let's worry about growing, and let's worry about the beautifulness that is Meek Mills and his newfound love.
Speaking of whack ass defense, Aaron Rodgers should be the spokesman for, the Strooms.
He should be the spokesman for all hallucinogens. Like saying that you did ayahuasca. Like I said, I can't. For anyone who doesn't know what ayahuasca is like you get DMT and shit from ayahuasca. Ayahuasca is the old Native American. We're gonna sit here in this sweat hut and we're gonna really grow. And my man said that he would do that, go out and drop 24 on the hardest defense you've ever seen.
He said it taught him how to talk to his teammates the right way. Taught him how to love right. Said he learned what true love is.
Yo, how beautiful is that?
And then he dropped 2 back-to-back MVPs on niggas' necks, bro.
Once again, how beautiful of a thing is that? Like, dead ass, though. Like I said, as far as internal growth, and this is, once again, not speaking from comparison, but from personal experience. When I started doing boomies, shout out to Choo Choo, my cousin Choo Choo, because she actually was able to word it better than I ever could. She was like, as someone who suffers from expedient thought, where it's constantly, my mind's moving 1,000 miles a minute, she said that I wasn't able to... I could take in the idea of a feeling without actually feeling it, that I've never felt.
What's expedient thought? Like ADHD?
I would say I think super fast. Like before I can even settle on one thought, I'm on to the next. And even when it comes to processing emotions, like I said, I take them in more of a data sense than an actual feeling. Okay. Since I started taking boomies, I've actually learned to embrace like emotions on a human level, which is dope because I've waited 33 years to actually feel something. And once again, someone in his position who's like, there's way more on the line. I'm talking about like just dealing every day, but do you have that level of growth, bro? And that be the reason, that be what got you there. And then on top of it, not just perform that way, but like, or not perform that way emotionally, but to then go out there and perform that way physically, bro, he should be the fucking, it should be him and whatever chief we ran off their fucking land. They should get together and do that shit. All right. Like, I don't see what the fucking problem is.
The facts.
I'm saying it's fucking, you got something on that one? You look like you got something brewing.
No. I thought you were still going. I was waiting for you.
No, I'm good.
Facts.
Yo, they need to get that guy from the that was smoking the blunt after the touchdown and bring him to the league.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel
That's
like
my fantasy.
He was
not
corny for that. I ain't like that shit. I was like, well, what's the point of that? What's the point of that?
Who's Stu?
Smoking a blunt
You're
on the field.
bugging.
No, I thought that he made a very good argument though as to why when they asked him what was going on there, why would he would do that? He said, he goes, oh, because for years, he goes, I don't understand. People can run over here and fucking dump a 6-pack over. He goes and crack a bottle everyone's there. He goes, but what, I can't smoke some Zaza on the field? Like, I don't drink. This is what I do. This is how I celebrate. I thought,
facts.
Yeah, man makes a good argument. Once again, it's if you really want to be the case, are we really advocating for alcohol? Like,
No.
Smoking on you niggas.
You don't gotta do none of that shit. You gotta
Smoke
go out
that
there,
shit. You bugging.
do some football shit. Go
Smoke
out there.
that.
he did do some
Dance
football
with
shit.
the
All the
motherfucker.
football shit.
You know what I'm saying?
He did all of
Spike
the
the ball.
He's like, you ain't never seen this, nigga.
Yeah.
Oh,
He lit up the
it
Zaza.
was so new. You're not
Zaza.
even with it yet.
Nah, he was fiending. Ooh, look at me.
He was trying to
smoking my
smoke.
Za.
He's like, yo, all these touchdowns, I deserve a hit right now.
They gotta see me smoke the Za on TV. Otherwise, ooh.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I thought that was valid because of his reason. Now, if he had done it with the extreme sense of just being an attention whore,
Real Zaza smokers don't need attention when they smoke that Za.
most real Zaza smokers have anxiety and they don't want to see people and they don't want people seeing them. So I do agree with that.
Okay, well, either way, even though that is a fact, I smoke my Za. I'm in the cut in private all the time.
Real
Right?
Zaza smokers don't give a fuck who watch them smoke the Zaza.
Shut up, bro. You smoke Zaza with strangers, weirdo head.
I don't give a fuck. I'll never forget when I was smoking Zaza with the homies. Then when my aunts walked in and they tried to hide the blunt, and I was just like, "What's up, DD?"
Yeah.
That's some real Zaza nigga shit, nigga.
You know why? Because Titi
Smoking
also
niggas on the
smokes the
field.
Zaza. Because mommy,
it was not
mommy
even a-
loves to smoke the Zaza. It just happens. Once again, I would love to come up in a household where they're like, drugs, instead of, I'm taxing you. Like, come on.
Yo.
That'd be nice. You come home and still have some shit. It'd be nice.
Smoking Zaza on football fields. John Madden would be disgraced.
John Madden would turn in his goddamn grave.
John Madden was alive to see that shit. Would slap that man. Slap. Get the fuck off the field. That's why they fired his bitch ass. It was like, get off the field. You're being extra.
It's too nice.
Smoke your Zaza in private like a regular man.
Continuing our mental health updates and exploration, my man Ezra back in the news. So this time he caught a felony for B&E in like Vermont or some shit.
It's like flash news at this point.
I'm telling you, it's really Thawne. It's not him.
Flash news.
It's not him, bro. It's really reverse Flash. He look like him.
every
He's just
week.
ruining his image.
It's every week.
Okay, but here's my favorite part, right?
It's too obvious.
Every week.
It's reverse Flash.
It is definitely reverse Ezra. Nah,
Every fucking week.
solid.
Yo, and I feel like he's doing the most. So why is he not arrested yet? Yeah. And then he just do some more arrestable shit that nigga's not saying nothing about.
It's leading up to promo for the movie. At the end, he's gonna be like, "It's not really Ezra, it's reverse Ezra." We're gonna be like, "I fucking knew
All
it."
this real life shit,
And
fake
then-
as fuck.
And then boom,
We finally caught this nigga doing the most in this spot where he was hiding at. And then the next week later, he's doing some other new shit. But it's like, how you even...
He's so fast. How are they gonna catch him?
He's the fastest, bro. Like,
They make a very good point.
Escaping every time.
They know it's him, but they never catch him in the act. It's a solid
The
fucking
fucking
point, bro.
Flash, bro. They had him arrested for like
He
3
was-
seconds, and then they were like, "She fucking phased out."
Like,
Ran out the car.
Took a piss before he left.
all right,
Ezra
what's the new
Thawne?
news? What's the new news?
So the new news is basically something along the lines of he breaking and entering.
Arrest this nigga.
Okay, now
That's arrest worthy right there.
you would think that, but he did, and once again, he did a classic Hollywood spin. So in Hollywood, I've noticed that you could do whatever the fuck you want as long as you come out as gay, agree to some religious form of changing your life, or blame it on mental health. Now, he went the mental health route because he's already so open about being willy-nilly. Like, you know what I'm saying? That you can't really pin him with any sexuality. He doesn't identify as anything. You can't pin him on that one.
It's like, I don't have a sexuality. I am water.
I am willy-nilly water. Willy-nilly is smooth as hell.
Yo.
That shit is a smooth word.
Claiming willy-nilly water, though, under a defense and getting away with it is definitely some fucking Thawne shit, bro. That's some evil Flash. But he gets away with saying, he's like, hey, guys, I got a couple screws loose, you know? I'm misunderstood, and I'm going to try to be better. And that's why he's not going to jail. And also, that's why they didn't cancel his movie.
He's a willy-nilly wallet case.
Oh, listen, it happens, bro.
He got a new movie coming out too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's got the Flash. Yeah, it's coming out.
Still.
And then the fucked up shit is, and this is something that
They keep pushing it back because he keeps committing crimes.
Yo, bro, nah,
It's hard to drop a movie where your main
lawyer's like,
guy
I need
just
more
keeps
time.
wilding.
There's got to be a DC ploy, bro. Because they're just so ass. Like this nigga, yo, he just breaking and entering. Like
They're like, we told you DC's gritty.
he just keeps slipping out of everything.
Even our superheroes commit crimes.
all right, I'm gonna be honest with you. If they come out and say that all of this shit was the rollout, yo, DC
I'm going to that movie.
underestimated.
I'm
fuck
going
Marvel.
to that movie.
Because he's
They-
doing
yeah,
a lot
whatever.
to not really be in trouble. I feel like
I told you, he's reverse Ezra.
like
They're gonna
you're
tell you in
right.
the end. His eyes gonna glow all red. He's like, got you.
like the movie's gonna start picking up from his last arrest. Like,
Shows it ass. And then real Ezra's gonna come in like, that's not me.
Oh, shit. Once again, if they really do release it and say that this is part of a
that's
rollout,
next level.
yo,
Fucker had me in the Speed Force the whole time.
Next level.
He was tweaking. What'd he do with that little kid? That wasn't me. I never choked that old lady.
Yeah, I never took that over.
I ain't breaking entry nowhere.
I feel like we're the only people that still talk about how he choked that lady out when she was like, "You too little to be a superhero." He was like, "Ha, I'll show you, bitch."
Yo.
Exactly. That was the first thing they should have checked him. They're like, yo, check his glowing red eyes. I don't think that's him.
I like when he got arrested for hitting the lady in the head with the chair in the bar, and the cops ran up on him, and he was like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, that's my gun, but it only shoots Nerf darts. Please be cool, don't shoot me." And the cops are like, "Ezra, you're fucking crazy, man. You're a wild boy, bro."
Chill.
Oh, Flash.
He's off the shrooms.
That's
Off the strooms.
Off the strooms. All right, so yeah, he's
Big Mill. Off the German
Hilarious.
shrooms. Yeah, I'm German shrooms. I am.
Stroomies.
Wait, is that why he called it that, or is he just that was just bad? Like that's just inner city spelling. Like, yeah.
Shrooms.
This threw him. I thought he really.
He
That's how
might be
they
on
say-
that next level shit.
that's
That
how
I
they
just
say it in
might
Philly.
not even understand. Like he
I
might
say
just be more
boomies.
smart.
Philly, they say strooms.
Oh yeah, now we're part of the boomy culture. Shout out to the boomy man. Shout out to the boomy man.
Boomies.
What else I got in celebrity related news? Taylor Lautner, who's a close personal friend of mine. You can go look back on old episodes of a different podcast on our Patreon. Me and Taylor Lautner, we're tight. That's the homie. He's a solid fucking dude. He's marrying a chick named Taylor Dome.
You mean the guy from Twilight?
Yeah, bro.
That's your homie?
Yeah, it's the homie. Me and Taylor Lautner, bro.
Your team,
Yeah.
whatever that was, Jake.
Yeah, Jacob.
Team Jacob,
Jake.
bro, for life.
That nigga's funny.
We were fat wolves together. He just got fit, and I was just like, whatever. It seems like hard work. I don't want to do that shit. Yeah, bro. But still, solid dude. He's married a chick named Taylor Dame or Taylor Dome or whatever, but she's taking his last name.
Of course
so
she is.
They're both going to be named Taylor Lautner, and I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Then you have a kid. Right?
Name that motherfucker Taylor.
And then you have another kid.
Taylor too.
Because now it's two juniors.
And
But
one's
if
a
you
boy,
have a
one's
boy
a
and a
girl.
girl,
Because
but-
it goes
Taylor
both ways,
Taylor.
though.
no, but if you have two boys, you got to name like the other one
Tay Tay.
Edward. That was the guy's name. Yeah, you got to name him Edward.
That's smooth.
But yeah, that's the only one. I
That's
thought
my
that was
Batman.
funny.
Potentially 4 Taylors.
Yeah, potentially if you could play the cards right.
What was the grandfather's name?
Nah, he's definitely his name was definitely something like Chief Running Water. He goes
Fucking
deep.
damn.
He runs deep. All right, that's Big Bear Claw.
It's Lone Wolf.
See, I would have did the math if I married her that her name was going to be my exact name, and I'd be like, this is a deal breaker.
Why? I think they like it. I think it's great for the brand.
No.
Taylor Lautner brand.
I feel you have like weird things that are deal breakers.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. I'm like, you jacking swag right now, ma. Like, get your own name.
I mean,
You would have made. Would you have taken her last name?
yeah, real
Nah,
talk. I was
she
about to
gotta
say,
change-
like,
no, because then now we both have the same name again.
but then your last name is Dome.
Taylor
But I'm
Doe.
saying either way, you have the
Mr.
same
Dome.
exact name.
So would you
You
ask
would
her
like
to
that
change the
better.
first name?
Yeah. I'm like, Maya, you got a new name now.
See, that's the part that ruins me about your generation. You know what I'm saying? You guys are so superficial. Me, it's like, what's in the name? You know, what does it matter? I think
Exactly.
we both-
I
What's
feel
in
like
the
a lot
name?
matters.
Change that shit.
Yeah, I got to change my last
We got to know who the fuck they're talking to.
I have a slave last name.
Oh my God, Chuck.
Okay, I respect that.
He was just talking about this the other day, honestly.
Chuck.
John's son.
Yeah, John's son.
Yeah, but
I don't even know who
I'm
John
true like
was.
American black. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm
His
not
dad's
no
name is
Ireland
Willie.
boy.
What would you change it to?
It's Willie's son.
You know what I'm saying? I got everything in the world to think about. Like, what's fire?
Mick
It's
Awesome.
fire.
Mick Awesome.
Mick Awesome. That's what I told my wife what we should do.
Mick Awesome.
Go by Mick
If you're
Awesome.
Chuck McLovin, I'll fucking.
Chuck McAwesome is a dope fucking name. Chuck McLovin's great, but actually Chuck McLovin's
You know,
pretty hard.
I'm gonna keep the Lamar in the middle. You know
Yeah,
what
of
I'm
course.
saying?
But that's a given
Chuck
name.
Lamar McLovin.
It's a
Change
given
it to
name.
Odin's son.
But yeah,
You was
John
already
Odin's
son
you was
is
already
fire.
John's son. You might as well be Odin's son now.
Nah, I'm not trying to be no nigga's son, bro.
Willie's son.
I'm about to be
Thor's dad.
father.
Who's that?
Chuck father.
Chuck's father.
Yeah, nobody's
Chuck
son of me,
Pops.
never again. Not even John, nigga.
Chuck John's dad.
Yes. Yeah.
John's dad.
John's dad. I'm gonna start the generation of John's dads.
Yo,
That's not a bad
no
idea.
more John's
It's
son.
not,
John's
bro. I'm
dad.
taking my name back.
Yo,
Fuck my masters.
I support
this
that.
shit.
No
Fuck
masters,
John's sons.
no gods. I support you, bro.
John's dad.
John's dad.
I like
Going
it.
forward. Going
I like
forward.
it.
Yo, mad funny though. Now that you
Khalil
brought up
John's
the whole Will son thing,
John's father.
I don't know if you guys remember. Do you guys
Not my granddaddy.
do you guys remember? I know what you did last summer,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
part 2.
Part
Still
two.
do.
The second
I
one.
don't know about that.
So
yeah.
there was 2 different
This nigga said-
summers that they were doing
this nigga
that
said-
bullshit.
9/11.
What'd they
nigga,
do
I
the
never
next
forgot,
summer?
nigga.
Oh, bro, what are you fucking
for
talking? The
more.
next one's the one that had Brandy in it.
Damn, Brandy was part of the
What?
first one, or
No, she
they did
wasn't.
some new shit.
Nah, man.
nigga
So
was
Jennifer.
stuck on.
Oh, okay. So back history with the outliers. So
Hit that shit, cuz.
post. So what had happened was after Julia Huge Tits got away in the first one,
Fact.
and Freddie Prinze Handsome Face, they got away. She goes off to college, like like every other fucking chick in a serial killer movie. Like your life is completely normal now, and she somehow wins some like talk radio. Call in now. Give some fucking answer. They were like, "What's the Capitol Police?" And she was like, Sacramento. And they were like, "You're right." And so she wins tickets. And long story less long, they end up going there. Her best friend's Brandy. Tyrese is in it. Tyrese is Brandy's man.
Hey,
Jack Black's in it. He plays a white dude with dreads.
It's an all-star cast right
Yo,
here.
how do you guys
for
not-
a sequel?
It's on Netflix. Like, where can we go?
I think you can go to HBO Max for this one.
I'm
Might still
coming.
be out there. Yo, it's solid.
going
fucking
HBO.
Movie.
Whoa.
Solid fucking movie. But
Pause.
the guy's like, and I'm not gonna give away the story, but the guy starts talking about. He's like, you don't get it? It's Ted Will's son. Will's son. You killed my dad, Will. I'm his son. And when you said that to me, I was just like, huh. So that is people. People really do think about that. I don't think about shit like that. So that's all I'm like John's son. I was like, huh.
Now it's John's father.
Taking my name
Remember
back.
that?
John's pops.
Yeah. Look up American names, bro. So like,
It's like
last name's
slave owners and shit.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Your parents were farmers and shit. Your parents were farmers.
I think about the last name
Farmer.
Gaylord, and I'm like, someone in your family was suspect.
Like I got a homie's last name's Delgado. It's like that's like cats, right?
Yeah, but you can't go by Spanish last names though, because we just like pick things. Like, I don't think there's much historical essence in like a lot of Spanish last names. I know ours doesn't have anything. Like, there's no royal. I don't see that
All
really
the
being the
American ones
case.
suck.
You got the family crest.
Now we have a family crest, but it's like a 40 bottle and a pot leaf. Like, we made our family crest. The rifle holding across it. Shit like that. Like, as far as you go back in our history, nah. What is it? It's a picture of our grandmother hanging off the back of the banana boat. No, that's pretty much there's not many crests that have that on there. But I thought that was just wild. And also, do you know who was in part 2 of that movie? Which I'm really enjoying the word association correlation. Anne Heche, the bitch who they just said died in that accident because she was drinking and driving, but was not dead on the scene. Be woke. Yeah. So
She
apparently,
just died.
yeah, bro.
All right, so she was in an
Oh,
accident.
wasn't she
didn't
wilding
die.
out in the bag,
Yeah.
the body bag? Right.
Yeah, they said that she died. She was brain dead. She crashed into the crib because she was drinking and driving. Yet they show her trying to escape the body bag. Like, she just busted shit open. Like, yo, what the fuck? Like,
Holy
bruh.
shit.
Then I start watching all these other
That
videos.
must be bad scary.
That's
You can look at the videos on yo. So you look at the other videos though, and they're like, yo, when y'all know firefighters to go into some shit without masks, they was like, yo, you notice that none of these firefighter gear has where they're from on there. They're like, yo, this was a government hit job because there's another video that shows her like driving down screaming. She's like, oh shit, they coming to get me, oh shit. And she's like driving by. Now, once again, I don't know, the magic of the internet could be post edit, but she definitely was just making like a movie that's based like a docuseries about child predators that were like in politics and shit like that. So I think that she was on some like getting ready to expose more people type shit. And it was like, not today, B-list. We're going to take you the fuck out. So they was like, oh, she got a drinking problem. She crashed and died on impact. Yet you see this bitch being like, I'm not dead. Help me, please.
Oh my, imagine just being in that bag and you're like, oh my
Like I said, I know what you did last summer for real.
Facts.
Yo, big facts. And also, that's what I
Came for her
said.
ass.
Yeah, she was in it. And then she tried getting out of it. And yeah, dude, so I think that's mad bugged out.
She was back in it.
Yeah.
It was on her.
They was like, she's going to die of brain injuries. She's like, help, I'm not dead yet. They're like, yeah, she's dead. And then you see like dude
Hey,
like punching her.
punched
Yeah, punching her back in the bag.
We
Yeah,
said
so-
she's gonna die of brain injuries.
Yeah, so she ended up like succumbing to that. But I just thought that was really weird that the biggest thing behind that was like, yeah, she's trying to expose people. Now all of a sudden she dead. Like, that was just, like, don't get me wrong. Could she have just been a B-list alcoholic? Yeah, that was totally fucking common. That makes more sense than the her exposing people thing. But coincidentally speaking, she is also exposing people. So, that is a thing. So that's a weird conspiracy.
I would have just
week.
saw the one video of her driving, going, "Oh shit, they're coming to get me," and I'm like, "Oh shit, they going to get her." People don't just say that shit when they
definitely
driving. I swear to God, I drive every day, and I never just drove around talking about they're coming to get me.
That's what you got to do when you start running red lights and shit.
They're
The camera's flashing. You got to do that so it's unbelievable. Yo, I swear to God, like,
Oh my God, it's them.
it's like just be all your tickets going forward. Like, no,
Yeah,
these
but
niggas
what-
is coming to get me. Like,
It's like, officer, you fucking with them?
That's the scary part, though. You walk up on them and you're like, they're coming to get me. The officer's like, we're coming to get you. And
Oh my
then now
God.
you're in a whole bunch of shit because now they think you're down with something else. Maybe they've got a guilty conscience and now you've kind of put yourself in the way. But I will say,
I'm like, damn, son, I was playing.
here's the part that like really fucks me up though, is because I'm like, all right, if you and not once again not advocating, but it's just wondering someone's role. Like, if you're already part of the thing, you like, yo, I'll make it hot right now. Like, you don't think about the consequences of your action. Like, yo, you about to expose some people. You don't think that you can get clipped. I'm an everyday dude, and I think some of the shit on here might get me clipped. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I keep, one eye open, one hand on tatiqueta. Like, that's just what it is. Maxwell Ironside, baby. I don't play that shit.
Tatiqueta.
My whole thing with Ann Hersh is like, bitch, you kind of should have seen that come. You can't name certain names. Like, yo, the Clintons hung their own dude up, called it suicide. My man had a wire around his chest and a shotgun hole in his chest. Like, wire around the neck, shotgun hole in the chest. They said it was suicide. He was running his mouth.
Yeah.
Maybe don't run your mouth. Mind you, he was running his mouth about the fucking Epstein shit. Maybe, possibly, you should have just been cool. Like, you could have just chilled out. Trump ain't in office, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be out here running your mouth all crazy. Like,
Facts.
yeah. And if she
Unless you got a gun.
yo, dogs, when the government's coming for you, I'm just listen. I'm Queen Latifah my way out, but her, nah, bro. Listen, on the run, going down a pedestrian neighborhood, she crashed through someone's crib. Like someone's living room.
They come in.
They are.
Yeah, she bust through somebody's living room.
If I drive into your house, someone is definitely on my ass.
Imagine you're watching like Cops in your living room, and then boom, someone just slides through your fucking front window.
Yo, I think about
Jumping
that.
out, talking about it. Come in.
I think about that shit though.
I'm getting up. Oh, they coming.
They're
God,
coming.
that's my neighbor's crib. Oh my God, they hit.
Yeah.
Yo, I think about that shit. If you ever watching live TV, you're like, oh fuck, yo, that crib looks bang, like, oh, it's fucking 4D. Like, nah, yeah, that shit is crazy.
That's my
Now you
neighbor's
on the
backyard.
news and
Wait.
shit, like,
Yeah, dogs, think about that shit. Like, realistically speaking, once again, had she have really been onto some shit, she was about to expose it, and they plugged her, like, they did such a terrible job because, once again, you get the internet sleuths. And shout out to the internet sleuths. I'm friends with several of you. Yo, no, because they're not detectives. They are sleuths. All right? They analyze the video. They check the footage. We need these guys at the fucking, at the replays. And you know, when you got to pull all the refs up, we need these people because they were like, yeah, that's weird. Because once again, I was like, yo, that's crazy. Her popping out the bag. But I also know about like involuntary spasms when someone's on their way out. Endorphins are going. Like, you know, there's plenty of chemical shit that gets turned on your brain. Like, it can happen. Damn. But when they start pointing out the other shit, like, yo, how come them firefighters ain't wearing like no oxygen tanks? And I was like, okay, maybe these are like the EMC firefighters. They were like, how come they shit don't say EMC? I'm like, all right, maybe these things are budget. They're like, how come none of their uniforms got any names on it? They're like, how come she's screaming, get off me, get off me? I don't know you. I'm like, huh. All right, I'm not saying that there's definitely a story here. There might be an idea. Like, you know, let's hold on. Either way, they got her. So I hope whatever she died for, I hope the movie slaps. So that's
Wait,
the
so
last
is
one.
she alive now, or is she dead?
We just said she
No, but she literally. Oh, okay. So I thought she came back to life.
Oh
She
no,
did.
yeah, they got her, and then
they
she
put
got
her
away,
down.
and then they got her again.
Yeah, she got up and they put her down. That was the end of that. And it's
I
fucked
said
up.
die.
Yeah, it's fucked up. You know, like I said, if she was drinking and driving,
I'm
foul.
not here for this conversation.
Yeah, if she was drinking and driving, foul, man. Yo, you have a problem. You got some demons. That's terrible. Thank God no one else was hurt. If she was trying to expose some demons and they got her, well, the system does its thing sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You were the move. You didn't have the right backing. Sony wasn't backing you. You were probably making a fucking
Disney was not your
yeah,
sponsor.
dogs. You need to get Alex. What was my main Alec Baldwin, who, by the way, they just put out the article saying he definitely pulled the trigger. They did the forensics on it. He shot that bitch. No one's saying nothing. You know why? Great fucking lawyer. You know what this bitch needed? A great production team like that. She needed to have the backing because now look at her. Done. What are you going to do?
UFO update of the week.
Just our UFO update of the week. They're still out there. Today is
We drop
the...
more nudes or no?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So today is the 17th. Apparently, ABC 7 has a whole thing that they're putting out tonight that is about, like, aliens. They're here. Let's talk about it. Like, you know.
No way.
Yeah, dude. They're like fucking, there's guys who've got like fucking backyard. Like, yo, bro, I got one of these fucking orbs that just fell out the sky. Like, I got one. Like, the shit just fell. Like, we don't know what it is. We can't crack into. I seen the video. Dude was trying to like crack. He's like, I can't crack through this metal. Then you got Brazil. They got sightings left and right that this dude was standing next to an airport being like, airplane, weather balloon. And then you see him just like turn the camera and he goes, this fucking UFO's been here for like 2 hours. And like he just keeps doing different views. He's like, what the fuck is this thing? It's still here. And then he's like looking at the FAA controllers and being like, nah, no one's concerned. Like, no, okay. No big
My
problem.
man said airplane.
Yeah.
Airplane.
The video is mad funny because he's just like airplane, weather balloon, tower. This UFO's been here for 2 hours. Like, and then you see 2 hours later he come back and he's like, shit, no one's talking about this shit. Like, it's just hovering here. Our parents right now are in South America chilling, so I'm hoping they come back and be like, oh yeah, we seen some UFOs. That's dope. Because truthfully, like,
Yeah, and they went to the little Mayan fucking little ruins and all that kind of shit too.
that's what I'm saying.
It's the weird shit.
And there's always alien sightings by them shits.
Yo, big facts, because that's what so a lot of the things, once again, you know, I deep dive on certain shit, and like one of the things I will say, because a lot of it, of course, you got to take with a fucking grain of salt, but one of the things I will say is that they pointed out that in the Mayans, the Indians in Peru, and the Egyptians all had like the same cut in stone drawing of the same type of like creature. So like, you know, one's a situation, two's a coincidence, three is like that. That's
It's a party.
Yeah, bro, that's a situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's how you triangulate something. That's where the term comes from. Like that. Whoa, okay, we might be onto some shit. And with that all being said, like either one of two things, in my mind at least. Once again, I can only speak from just my thoughts. One of two things: either the government and the power at be know, like, let's not even say the government, whoever's above them, like the real powers that be know the deal. And they're like, yo, we're going to keep this hush until we can't keep it hush no more. But this has been going on for generations. Or there's some shit happening and no one really knows what to do. But obviously we should probably just mind our fucking business, because if they wanted to be known, we'd be known. That's it. That's how I feel about it. I can't really speak on, like, I know there's a lot of people like, we got to get to the bottom of it. And I'm like, okay, let's be cool. Let's get to the bottom of, like, where's all the money in the economy going? Why are we sending $5 billion to Ukraine? And my cousin's school in fucking Maryland don't have clean water or heat in the winter. Like, let's talk about that, you know? Let's
Real issues.
Yeah, the real issues. Like,
Talk about it.
all right, lastly, I'm going to hit you off with just a goodbye conspiracy so people can look this up for next time. Y'all ever heard of Operation Fast and Furious?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Is that why they keep making all these fucking movies? Because it's getting bad.
Don't ever talk about my brother Dominic Toretto like that again.
Like, if that was the operation, I hate this operation.
All right, so get this shit. Operation Fast and Furious took place a few years back,
That's the next
2000s. I wish they'd make a movie about this.
They might as well.
What had happened was, in an effort to destabilize the conquest in Mexico, America was just feeding guns over to the cartel. Same basic shit like the Iran-Contra situation, drugs from, you know, money and guns and whatever. But they basically was like, oh, we're going to help y'all, like, militarize and, you know, police state your own situation. Of course, it didn't work out that way. Guns just got exposed into the streets. Now there's nothing but killings every couple of days. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah. But we fed that program, right? So I started thinking about the influx of guns that have taken over, especially like in New York. Like right now, everyone's got a gun. Cool. Like it sucks. There's violence everywhere, but like I start to wonder because they're like, oh, they're coming up the old pipeline. Fam, I've grown up in the pipeline days and it's never been this flourishable. Then they're like, oh, 3D printing guns. Fam, I own a 3D printer and I barely know how to use the bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could barely make the things that I need for tools for work. Is the reason I have it. The idea of trying to design a gun on that shit and then the average like 8-year-old kid getting like 2 clean Glocks off the shit. It's crazy to me. So I start to wonder if the government or whatever powers that be are actually the ones feeding the guns into the inner streets right now, making things as bad as they are. And the idea from this came from, if it happened once, it can happen again, thus Operation Fast and Furious. Anyone listening, do your homework. Yeah. So that's what I was going to leave off on.
Outlier.
Anything else? Now we're good?
Nah, that's pretty heavy.
Fire close.
That's good.
All right, man. It's been real.
Be safe, guys.
Outliers Radio.
Peace.